Hey there, this is Cecilia, and today I'm joined by my friend Faith. Growing up, we read a ton of books together, and so we thought we'd share some of our all-time favorite books with you guys in case you're looking for some reading over the school semester.
So I'm gonna start with one of my all-time favorite books from when I was younger, and it's called The Mysterious Benedict Society by Trenton Lee Stewart. It's so smart and funny, and the characters are so likable and relatable, and it's hilarious. It is one of the funniest books I've ever read, but it has such a good heart.
So one book that I read this semester during college and actually really enjoyed is called Cat and Curriculum. It's kind of a lighthearted book about this daughter who is in kind of a Victorian time era, but just wants to have adventure and stuff. I really enjoyed it. It was an easy read, it was fast, and it kind of left you with a smile, which is a nice thing in a book.
Okay, this next book, it's called The Raven Cycle. The first one is called The Raven Boys. There's 4, and it is an amazing journey to read these books. I love the author's writing style. It's funny, but it's super deep and thoughtful. It might take a little bit to get into it because it starts out a bit slow, but it is such an amazing journey that you definitely won't regret it.
This book is a nonfiction book. It's called Forgotten God by Francis Chan, and it's about the Holy Spirit. I recommend this to Christians and even to non-Christians because it really gets to the biblical root of who the Holy Spirit is and how he relates to our lives and kind of gets rid of some of that stigma. I thought it was a really great read and pretty decently short, so definitely check that one out.
Short is always good.
Yes, yeah.
This next book is called Peter and the Starcatchers. It's based off the story of Peter Pan, but there are enough differences that it's not boring or unoriginal. It has a really good fantasy feel to it. There are some things that might be a little scary for younger kids, but it's nothing bad at all. It's a really nice look at the story of Peter Pan from a different perspective.
Okay, this next book is nonfiction, but it reads like a fiction. It's one of those books that's based on a true story, and it's called The Boys Who Challenged Hitler, and it's actually written by one of the boys who challenged Hitler. It's about the resistance in Europe and about how a bunch of teenage boys stood up to the Nazis. Definitely very inspiring to me about when it is important to make a stand for something you believe in.
This book is a classic. This is one of my favorite books of all time. It's called Ender's Game by Orson Scott Card. You really should give it a try because I didn't think I would like it. It's about a young boy who is pretty much a genius for his age. It is so thought-provoking and interesting, and it has its funny moments. It's a really good book.
So my next book is Half the Sky. This one is pretty graphic. Half the Sky is about women around the world and just all the ways that women are oppressed in different cultures. It talks a lot about microfinancing and education, women becoming doctors. This book opens your eyes to some of the social and political issues that women face globally, and I think it's just really important to being an informed global citizen.
This next book, it's set in World War II. It's through the eyes of a female spy, and it is a very good book. It does have some slightly disturbing things because she ends up being a prisoner, but it's not too graphic. The ending is extremely bittersweet, and it makes you want to read the whole book all over again because it's such a good twist.
Okay, so here's another middle grade book that I loved. It's called The Ability by M.M. Vaughn. It's kind of one of those fictional books about kids who when they turn 12 are able to move things with their mind. It's just one of those fun-loving books where you're like, oh man, I wish I lived in this world. It was very page-turning and exciting, and I definitely recommend it if you're looking for something fun to read, something that you'll get through really quickly.
The first series is called The Enemy by Charlie Higson. It's a zombie apocalypse book, but it's if only the adults turn into zombies. It's set in London, England. I really like it. It's exciting. I like the characters. There's a lot of characters, but you never get confused. There is some gore since it's a zombie book. It's very interesting and differently written.
My last book is also a nonfiction. It's called Beautiful Outlaw by John Eldridge. This book helps you rediscover the characteristics of Jesus without all the religious fog. Obviously, there are a lot of misconceptions that surround Jesus and his image. It's really important to kind of look at the true characteristics of Jesus exactly as the Bible presents them.
So those are our recommendations. We have read so many books through our life that we could recommend 200 more books.
And if you have recommendations of your own, please leave those below. I'm always looking for new books to read. I know Faith is too.
Definitely. I'll be checking out the comments.
Yes. And if you look at our 2017 goals video, I don't know where that's going to be linked up there. That also details one of our goals to read every night before bed, and so I definitely need some books to be reading every night before bed. So let me know what you think would be good ones to read, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.